Called jewelweed, and the seeds are ready to pop. Ready? Let's get it focused. Right? We'll do another one. Oh my goodness, one more. Wow, I love this plant. We're biking. Today's 29th of September 2022, and there's not really much to talk about, but like I'm wearing like this sweater which looks warm, but it's not because it's porous. It's got a bunch of like little holes in it. You can probably stick your finger through it because the fibers aren't really that tightly woven. It's you know, it's just fucking cold, and under it I'm wearing a flannel, but the flannel's so thin that it's like, and even that you can see the light through it, so it's porous as well. And then under that I'm wearing a t-shirt, but the same thing, you can see through it. So all three of my layers have you know, non-warm layering. My legs, I am wearing the usual pants, but under it I'm actually wearing a pretty warm set of like undergarments or whatever they're called. Like they go all the way down, like in a long pulley black stretchy stuff. So that stuff's been, you know, that's good. But wow, I get cold easily because it's not even that cold out. It's like maybe in the mid 60s. Like everyone's like, it's so lovely. I'm like, it's freezing. It's winter already. I spent the day getting super frustrated with FL Studios. I just couldn't do it anymore, man. Like, it's funny because the recordings of it are all on my other channel. Well, it's not like a channel, but they're all on my other show. Like my computer show. And you just see me raging at it for like 2 hours, just trying to get this fucking thing to work, man. Just, it's a lot for me, dude. It really is. And I was able to follow a YouTube tutorial, but it didn't give an explanation of why it worked. So it only, and if I couldn't even get it to work identically to how he did it. But like all these other fucking solutions, none of it worked. And then this one finally sort of kind of worked. Like, I mean, man, I can't even tell you how much I did. Oh no. I don't want to be near that. We'll be back after this. I have to go around that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're open. So there it is, the final. That's used to be Professor Java's. Now it's some shitty pizza place, or maybe not shitty. I don't know yet. We'll find out. We'll go there on another episode. Now that I know it's open, I'll bring like $50 in there. I'll be like, give me $50 worth of pizza, bitch. These two are adorable. Aww. Very cute. The leaves are starting to change pretty intensely now. We're definitely not peak season or anything, but we're definitely getting there. Yeah, so I'm worried, you know, because I feel like this even when I'm not high. I feel like my eyes just kind of cross sometimes. Like I just can't focus on anything, you know, and maybe it's because I'm just so used to staring at the screen. I don't really know, but I just feel always so overwhelmed. I've been watching a lot of court nonsense, and I say nonsense because it really is nonsense. Just a bunch of like people who are representing themselves pro se, a bunch of like sovereign citizens, and they never get it right. And like it's funny because like the few things that they do get right, it's like it's overshadowed by everything they get wrong, and it's like they're lucky they're not held in contempt. And I think a lot of it is just because it amuses the judges, and if it became a common theme, I think they would probably be held in contempt. You know, if it was like it's you know, one person on the docket a month that's a sovereign citizen, it's kind of just like, well, you're dealing with you know, a very different system of litigation than if you're dealing with like, I don't know, 15 people who are trying to represent themselves pro se, or you know, random people, sovereign citizens being like, well, we should just hold this hearing ex parte. A bunch of different buzzwords. I don't usually film like hot chicks, but like, damn, that could be my wife. What a hottie, holy shit. If she comes back this way, I'll be like, hey babe. wanna go dancing? And she'll be like, sir, why are you asking me if what's your deal? I have a boyfriend. She probably has a husband. Girl that hot, she probably got kids. You can tell the likelihood of someone having kids by how hot they are. Not always, but there is a correlation. Like the hot chicks, they get kids. Because obviously, who wouldn't want to make a baby with them? They're hot. That's what hotness is. That is what hotness measures for. And maybe not literally the baby part. It may just be the sexual impulse to fuck. It may not have to do with procreation, but the outcome is similar very often. And especially if it comes with the courtship and like also status. You know, it's like if a high status male wants a high status female, they're, you know, likely to want kids. In some instances. God damn it. It's too windy. I knew it was chilly, but like it's fucking cold out, man. I died. The power went out, dude. Welcome back to If the Power Goes Out, We Die. A show from If You Want to Find Out What Happens, touch one of these. Nah, it's a bad joke. You shouldn't do that. Promoting violence demonetized on YouTube. Or promoting self-harm, sorry. Self-harm and violence against community service. Please sit here, click this button that you got the strike. Disclosure of the fact that you got this strike may result in further strikes. Do you comply? Also, and here's what they sometimes don't really tell you about. Send in photo ID. Yeah. So, if you're wondering why my channel got taken down originally, it's because they asked for photo ID, and I basically, it's not like you don't tell them to go fuck themselves. They nuke your channel. That's it. You have to then create something different. So, I mean, they probably eventually will figure out that I'm the same person to do the same thing to me. But then hopefully I'll have legitimized for far enough, or I'll have to start over again. And again and again and again and again and again until they ban me by my IP address or by the sound of my voice, so that we have to pretend to be different people multiple times a day. Just changing the pitch ever so slightly. Eventually we'll just become a shadow. And we'll pay other people to record their own shadows, and then I'll put my own voice as a dub over. But I'll have other people dub it over, so it'll just be different people reading my psychotic words every single time. So you'll watch it and you'll think it's like real happening. And then better yet, we'll get like millions of dollars of equipment. And we'll compete with CNN. And they'll have to assassinate me. I also don't know what I'm talking about. If you're wondering, like, what is she talking about? She doesn't know. One time when I was biking here, I got really hurt. And it's because, here, I'll show you. Bet you weren't expecting that, huh? Bet you weren't expecting it to be an entire like trench line, you know? See, look at that. Look at that. See what I mean? See the problem? But like that's the thing, you really can't. Like you can't tell it's there. So I was just like dum, because all the grass is the same length, right? Because you're just used to having pavement, but the earth doesn't care like that, especially when it's unnaturally mowed. So I got very hurt. I was lucky I didn't hurt my back or break my wrist. I actually got lucky that day, real lucky. I went down. It's like it's interesting when you go down in a hard collision and you're moving through space in such a way that you've kind of never moved in or collided like that before. It leaves an impression, you know. It's like you remember that feeling. Like I've fallen off my bike quite a few times, but yeah, that was up there with one of the scarier ones, because it's like the last time I had that like full sideways moment was actually at this may be that stuff you're not supposed to walk through because it'll like burn you or some shit if it gets on your skin. Whatever, I don't really fucking care about that. Peace. Actually, my front yard, my this is like 3 years of my yard. That's how I feel about it, and I don't understand why everyone's yard isn't like this, you know. Just listen to the richness. Just listen to the coolness of the air. Just feel the environment. I mean, you can't, but if you're ever here, you could. Guided meditation, like POV. You're not here with me. Sometimes I'm just walking around and I find a new place. And I think it just was, it was meadowed. You know, it was like this, so you couldn't walk here before, obviously. But it's crazy, they just like came through here with a mower, and like I just haven't been back here, so I didn't see it, or I would have walked it. It's kind of just like a walking path up here. It sucks though, it's very loud. I'm very dehydrated. I'm very tired. I like using my energy reserves though. But I do this. Cancelled. It's a rare plant called Indian cucumber. First I've learned of it. I guess you could eat it. I'm obviously not going to, because I read that the plant was kind of rare. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure how often I've observed it, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Is that a flower? Like, I can't tell if it's like a flower. It probably is. Maybe it's already gone to seed. I can't really tell what it's doing, but it looks really cool. Today's September 29th, 2022, and we're at Anley Pond. Uh-oh. I'm completely out of water. I purposely did not bring enough, I think. I brought like this much because I was just like, well, I just like don't want to pee that much. But then I was already dehydrated when I left, and I should have drank water before I went biking. So I drank like half my water just to catch up, and then I drank like the other half because it wasn't a lot, just to kind of like stay hydrated. Now I'm out of water. Oy vey, what an unsightly character. We're here today. A lot on my mind. Don't want to talk about it. Bye. This glorious plant. The castor bean. This is the one we always visit. Look at it. Just look at how ridiculous this thing is. Every time I look at it, I just cannot believe my eyes. I'm like, what is going on, dude? It's just so ridiculous. Like, what? And look, it's definitely taller this time. Like, no question. Last time there was like maybe still a question. Well, actually no, the last time it was definite, but we had to like measure it out. This is the best time of year to take a little piece. Because look, they already trimmed it back. Because it was all the way here. So that means that you could see where they pulled out the stalk. So I could have been harvesting a lot more of that. And I don't know why they do that. Maybe because I really don't know, but it's good. I try to take leaves that won't be damaging to the plant. Like if it's flowering, I try not to take it. And if it hasn't flowered yet, I try not to take it. If it's wilting back, then I will take it. I also try to take from the top because it tastes better, but healthier would be to take the ones that are already half eaten by beetles. Alright, on that note, there's not really much else I want to see here. It's time to head out. Oh, the Nash something or other. Nasturtium. Trapeolium. Vario species. Oh wait, various. That's the stupidest thing. Wow. That's the word various. I was like thinking about that. I was like, what? Various species. I can't even read basic words. Broomcorn. Let's go visit it, and then we'll go home. My back's kind of hurting. I'm like Oh no! What happened to my phone? It's not in my pocket. Surprise, it's literally in my hand. Shit. It's hard to hold and bike. We'll walk the rest of the way. It's not trying to bike it across the whole grass. It's really flowing this time of year. Close enough. Beggar's Tick and goldenrod, along with some sow thistle, some purple loosestrife. Bunch of good plants. I love the noise. We're going to see the broomcorn. That's this stuff up here. Sick. Broomcorn. Isn't that wild? Broomcorn. Every year this grows. It's pretty good stuff. I like how it's got like the red. This one crushed it. The pigweed, I think. Ugh, I feel what this one is. Horseweed, maybe? Not to be confused with horsetail. Oh no. No. Alright, I guess we stay over here. Oh, there's a sign. Is this a new sign? I don't remember this sign. Planting Utopia. Wow. Sure looks like a utopia. Oh, does this explain what this is? Oh, let's see. Julia Whitney Barnes photographed. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. So it's like, I'll have to inquire with someone like how to do that, because I definitely want to make my art if it's possible, because I don't know how intense the colors can get with that. I assume we'll have to look up this lady. So definitely have to look up this lady. I shouldn't be too creepy because she'll probably see this someday. Wait, can you go down here? Whoa. I mean, it doesn't say don't enter, so. Oh, that's so cool. This is all the different information about every single different one. I can't remember any of this. If you gave me every single one of these and you gave me about 2.5 hours to really sit there and think and do process of elimination, I could probably place 75–80% of these. I may be being generous to myself. What's this? Oh, that's so cool. That's the bridge. That was back in 1856. The drying house. They dried pies and all that nonsense. So these are all the different things that are drying. That's the castor bean one, the one that we were like, whoa, look at that one. That one's crazy. This is what white yarrow looks like? Oh, there it is. I was like, I don't think so. Peony is kind of cool. And then back here they have like a bunch of stuff I don't really care about. Oh, there's even more. Wow. Hi. pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
The rule about public easements, you can film anything you can see in public. I probably could. There's no sign that says it would be trespassing. I could probably walk right up to next to the car and assert my First Amendment right, but I'm just gonna keep it casual today and film these cars from a distance because, truth be told, I couldn't possibly care less about vehicles. I just didn't want to look suspect and wanted something to film because really I wanted to film what was in there, but there's people walking around. I wanted to like film the building. Looks pretty cool. And then there's this guy and this guy. Yeah, fuck you, dude, too, dude. He was like, "Don't take pictures of me in my fucking hat." All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, chemicals. Dun 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 dun. We're back. So for you non-Northeast natives, what you're seeing there is a pile of common road salt. And road salt is like, you wouldn't put it on your food, but it lowers the temperature. It lowers the temperature that water needs to freeze. Like, it lowers its freezing point. So that means that, like, say it's 32 degrees, right? It isn't going to freeze. Oh, it's like that. So if it is, so it isn't going to freeze. So, but say that if it has a bunch of salt down, then it would need to be like 35, 36 degrees in order to, or I'm sorry, 31? Yes, 31, because it goes down, because it's colder. So it needs to be colder. Yeah. But yeah, it's road salt to keep the roads in the winter from getting icy, because they have to drop it to ruin the rivers because we're at war with the fish. This fucking city's a joke for bikes, dude. And I get it too, because, like, you know, fucking cars and all that, but fuck, man, it sucks, dude. I've been here for like literally over 3 minutes. I'm sick of being here. Time long enough at least to get my fucking camera out. I must have just missed the fucking light. Hey!